Salutations! So first of all, when this releases on YouTube, it'll be my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Second of all, this episode will be formatted a little differently since this is such a special episode, and since we're doing this on my birthday, I wanted to bring along a couple of friends to watch this episode with me and react to it. And they'll be along in a minute, but first, a quick recap.
The Enterprise receives an urgent distress call from Deep Space Station K7 and rushes right over, only to find that the emergency is not as serious as they were led to believe.
You issued a Priority 1 distress call for a couple of tons of wheat.
The Undersecretary for Agricultural Affairs, Mr. Barris, wants the Enterprise and its security detail to guard K7 from potential Klingon attack. K7 is currently storing a supply of quadrotriticale, an extremely valuable and abundant source of grain that will be transported to Sherman's planet at a later date to be planted. Mr. Barris and his assistant, Mr. Darwin, are very concerned that Klingon agents may try to sabotage the grain. Kirk reacts with the appropriate amount of severity. Be f***ing for real right now. Nevertheless, he is obligated to protect the grain under Starfleet orders, no matter how ridiculous he thinks the situation is, and generously provides Barris with 2 guards. The Enterprise might as well stay docked so the crew can get a chance at shore leave. In the station's bar, Uhura and Chekov are enjoying their time off the ship when they run into a salesman named Cyrano Jones. And salesman is putting it politely. Huckster or grifter might be more accurate. He's not quite on the level of con man as our old friend Harry Mudd, but he is selling something that Uhura can't resist. Tribbles. Tribbles are adorable little balls of fluff that give off soothing little hums and purring sounds. Uhura is instantly in love, and Cyrano gifts her with one after selling the rest of his stock to the station's bartender to sell for a profit. This can't possibly end badly. Proving Mr. Barris's concerns to be valid, a Klingon cruiser does show up on K7, captained by Koloth. He looks awfully familiar. The Klingons are of course there for completely innocent reasons not at all related to the quadrotriticale. Even though the Federation and the Klingons are at an uneasy truce not to fight each other thanks to the Organian peace treaty, the Federation is still rightfully suspicious that the Klingon Empire might try to pull some underhanded tricks, like the stunt they tried to pull in Friday's Child. Kirk realizes that he's going to have to take this assignment seriously and beefs up security around the grain. Meanwhile, Uhura's new pet has had babies, and everyone aboard the Enterprise wants a Tribble of their own. Even Spock can't resist their soothing charms. The only species it reacts badly to is Klingons, who seem to have a mutual disdain for them as well. However, it becomes quickly obvious that Tribbles really only do 2 things: eat and reproduce. At alarming rates. Both the Enterprise and the station begin to quickly fill up with the little fuzzballs. At the bar, Scotty, Chekov, and a few other crew members are enjoying a good drink when Koloth's men arrive and start talking shit. Scotty orders Chekov to simmer down when they trash Earth, humanity, and Captain Kirk, but cannot hold himself back when the Klingons insult his precious ship.
Laddie, don't you think you should rephrase that?
It's about to go down.
A fantastic bar brawl ensues, after which Kirk has to reprimand the crew, since they are, after all, supposed to be playing nice with the Klingons. Scotty takes full responsibility, and Kirk is a little disappointed when he learns that his chief engineer was willing to throw the first punch defending the Enterprise's honor, but not Kirk's. Kirk and Spock discover that the Tribbles have now gotten into the ship's food dispensers, the air vents, and, to their horror, possibly the grain storage compartments on the station. Kirk orders the compartment to be opened, and out pours an avalanche of very stuffed and very dead Tribbles. All of the quadrotriticale has been devoured, somehow poisoning the Tribbles. After doing a little experiment, Kirk discovers that the Tribble he's holding reacts negatively to Mr. Barris's assistant, Mr. Darwin, who Bones discovers with his tricorder is actually a Klingon in disguise. Mr. Darwin posed as a human and went to work under Barris to get access to the grain so he could poison it, so that the yield grown from it would also be poisoned and kill the members of the Federation that consumed it. Darwin is arrested, and Koloth is shocked that a Klingon would stoop to such unscrupulous actions, and he had no idea about it, honestly. Kirk tells him very sweetly to hit the bricks before they arrest his ass. K7 is now drowning in Tribbles, and Kirk tells Cyrano Jones that he won't have him locked up for solicitation of a deadly animal for 20 years in a penal colony if he removes each and every single Tribble from the station. A task that should take about 18 years. Meanwhile, Scotty has found a creative way to dispose of the ones on the Enterprise.
I gave them a very good home, sir.
Where?
I gave them to the Klingons, sir.
Gave them to the Klingons.
I transported the whole kit and caboodle into the air engine room, where there'll be no Tribble at all.
Here we are.
I brought the closest to a Tribble one can possibly have, which is a Halen coo.
It's a cow.
It's a coo.
What's a coup?
Well, it's Scottish, so it's it's pronounced coo.
Well, obviously everyone knows me. This is my channel after all. But today I am joined by the brilliant Sara Ezzat and the fabulous Josh Gosdin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Josh Gosdin from Muppet Sex and Trauma.
I am Sara Ezzat, the Fat Culture Critic, and I'm trying to find the episode.
Is that Fat Culture Critic, the YouTuber?
That was good.
And Muppet Sex and Trauma, the podcast?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fun fact, Sarah is also on Muppet Sex and Trauma.
Yes. And if anyone's wondering, that is a podcast about Farscape.
And it's fabulous.
And the title should tell you everything you need to know about Farscape. Am I not remembering what season it is?
Season 2, episode 15.
Ah, thank you.
Which I only know because I've got it pulled up. I'm not that big of a Trekkie.
Yes, you are.
Not an episode number big Trekkie.
Somehow I doubt that.
You know, I just am the guy who does the thing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Lethal joke.
Extremely little and some.
I swear he does the whole X was invented in Russia thing just to f with them.
It was a joke at the time because the Russians were always saying they invented everything. I do love the green shirt with the
It's so
the wrap.
slay. It really shows off his titties. David Gerrold, shout out.
She's so pretty. I forget how pretty the original Enterprise is.
Big sexy warp thrusters. This episode is like peak sassy Kirk.
Shatner really does play the straight man very well.
Well, in one definition of the word straight.
Straight.
I see. I tossed it out there hoping one of y'all would pick it up. Spock decides to say, no, I'm going to you up.
He's so autistic.
Jim's like, you gotta be shitting me. I have to babysit a bunch of wheat.
He really goes against the grain in this episode.
Get out.
Until now.
Until now.
Just to be clear.
Sassy.
Oh god, this motherfucker. Cyrano Jones really is the discount. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Harry Mudd.
You mean Harcourt Fenton Mudd?
You know, William Worthies was capable of doing more than just clothes that are about to fall off.
He also did Pockets.
Man, did he do pockets.
It's the 60s, so the women get tit tape and a prayer, and the men get pockets.
Or they get fabulous pink leather outfits.
I know, I want that jacket.
So this was originally supposed to be Core. Like they wanted to bring Core back specifically, but John Kalikos wasn't available, and I wonder that man's comedic chops. I feel like this would have been a much hammier episode.
Oh god, could you imagine? I wonder how many furry balls they had to make for this episode.
I believe it was 500 and they were hand stitched.
Jesus Christ.
You mean they didn't just borrow the captain's toupee?
I can't help but feel there's two figures in the background missing here. Just have this weird feeling.
Those are some tall drinks they got served. Scotty's got like a fifth of scotch in there.
Also, Scotty wouldn't call it scotch. It's whiskey. Everything about this scene is so perfect. Absolutely
Truly.
everything.
I love the little moment of decision on Scotty's face where he's like, well.
Like, I love the score.
The direction, the editing, the pacing, the acting, just mwah.
I just love that Scotty is absolutely walloping all of them. Haymaker after haymaker.
Yeah, think about it, like an engineer, he's probably got to lug around a bunch of heavy equipment.
Also, he is Scottish.
Scotland forever!
Look at the expression on the face of the guy in purple. But also, like, this guy's whole bit of business with the drinks.
It's so perfect.
Like, that's how you steal a scene.
Small disturbance.
A small disturbance.
A little bit of a scuffle.
A little one.
I also love all of them covering for Scotty.
You don't snitch.
It's like little brother's taken up for big brother when dad comes down the stairs and, fusses at the kids.
They all cover him, but he comes clean himself.
He's a good egg.
I love Scotty.
Who doesn't?
He's so hurt. Kirk was so prepared to be so lenient and proud, but he's just crushed.
Oh, so the ship was worth defending, but not me. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Well, they insulted his wife. You can insult our captain, but you cannot insult our ship.
Is Spock feeding him cornflakes? I just saw that.
I love these two flirting.
Just two queer men sassing at each other.
It's a flirty read.
If you love friends to lovers, you ship Spurk. If you love enemies to lovers, you ship Spones.
What if you see them as a throuple?
Then you're just horny.
Glad you said it. What I love is that he doesn't put down the Tribble that he sat on until he gets dogpiled.
I never noticed before that one is crawling.
Yeah, they took apart some of those like fluffy doggy robots
Oh,
and sewed new stuff around it.
God, I miss making props.
I miss the days when productions like this used practical effects and didn't just CGI everything. If they made Trouble with Tribbles today, all of those little fuzzballs would be CGI'd in after the fact.
It seems they're bisexual.
So am I.
Tribbles are an early queer icon.
Fuzzy little muffins of chaos is the bisexual representation that we need.
Maybe you should neuter them, though, before you sell them off. It's basically running a space puppy mill.
Yes, but think of the profits.
Okay, what are you, a Ferengi?
What rule of acquisition is it? I think it makes less business sense to sell them when they're still fertile, because then you're not going to.
Yeah, you can just breed your own. Like I said, you should just neuter them and then sell them. Then when yours dies, you have to go to him to buy a new one.
Arn Darvin. Arn. It's not even Arnold,
Darvin.
it's just Arn.
Arn Darvin. A totally real human name.
He is like. He is the twinkiest twink in the room.
And that's saying something because Spock is there.
Yes.
Spock's actually an otter. He's too hairy to be a twink.
They twinked him for the modern and retellings.
He is after my grain! And these damn kids need to get off my lawn! Stop listening to hippity-hop music!
The digs, the sass, the singers, they're all too good.
Sassy Kirk is best Kirk. He is firing on all cylinders this episode.
Okay, I was wrong earlier. This Tribble that he picks up is what he holds on to until the avalanche. He just carries it around.
It's his emotional support Tribble.
It would make great emotional support animals.
They have a tranquilizing effect on the human nervous system.
You could easily bring that on a plane. It's basically just a pillow that hums.
If they were neutered. Although, Moopsie is cuter.
Moopsie.
Yet Moopsie also sucks your bones out through your flesh. These things are just a mild annoyance. Moopsie is a menace.
How does something drink bones? Holy
The physical comedy is too great. There we go.
A big furry shower.
Furry showers.
200.
That's actually...
Listen, hang on. The prop masters really didn't like Shatner, and pretty much everybody was fed up with Shatner at this time. So all of the Tribbles that are coming out one at a time aren't supposed to be. Like, this wasn't in the script.
He's just throwing them at his head.
Shatner is really trying not to be annoyed and break character.
I honestly can't believe his ego would allow them to bury him like this in fuzzy balls.
He's a professional actor. Joe Pevney didn't say cut.
All we have to do is quit feeding them. We quit feeding them, they stop breeding.
Great idea, Bones.
Now he tells me.
Bones is just having the time of his life this episode.
He is. It's Kirk's turn to be the curmudgeon.
I just love the idea of the prop people throwing.
Yeah, like, honestly, like Shatner holding it together. It's a miracle.
Oh, I would be... couldn't be me. Me at the buffet at Golden Corral.
Is that a Texas thing?
It's a American thing.
It's a chain restaurant. It's a big buffet with like almost every kind of food you can think of.
And germ.
Yes. Watch out, he's gonna snap his fingers and be camp at you.
You've been most discourteous.
He looks like he's holding a pair of furry breast implants.
He is.
Mr. Barris, they like you.
Surprising.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Does not miss a single opportunity to roast that guy.
People think Khan is his greatest enemy. No, it's the Quadro Triticale guy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum. It's a good thing he doesn't have forehead bridges.
We do not talk about that.
This bartender is so depressed.
I swear that man is a mime. His physical reaction is just so good.
Yeah, he holds this despondent chin for the entire fucking scene.
He doesn't move once.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
You gave to the clamps. Oh, that is like the 10th level of petty. Oh, that was fun.
I love that episode. It's one of my favorites.
I wish we made more things like that. I love it's like the soundtrack, the score is just so good, goofy.
Yeah.
and the two all of the bit players were excellent. Like, you know, the guy with his business with the drinks,
Mhm.
and the
Mhm.
I love it when Star Trek breaks form and does something not like its usual content, and this was definitely one of those episodes.
yeah.
It's a kind of a miracle that all of these dramatic Shakespearean classically trained actors were so good with their comedic timing.
There's something about this type of comedy that just doesn't seem to age poorly. Like, it's still funny even like 60 years later. Whereas, you know, like, compare it to, like, you know, that Joss Whedon Marvel humor, like, well, that happened.
Yeah, this is very timeless comedy. I mean, it's cracking me up 50 years after the fact. So,
And there isn't really anything much that aged poorly.
Except for the usage of the word bisexual.
I would argue that aged extremely well.
yeah, that's been successfully absorbed into the cultural zeitgeist.
We are all tribbles. That it does.
There you
Bi
go.
pride
All
tribbles.
bisexuals are tribbles. I think there's a couple of things that like are missing context that made a bit more sense in the 60s, like Chekov's whole thing about everything was invented by Russia. He's troll. It's still funny, but it's not as funny as when it was referencing something that was common in the Soviet Union would.
Ren, thanks for having Muppet Sex and Trauma on your channel.
I was so happy that you guys were able to make a guest appearance.
Yay!
I have friends. I definitely have friends. No one can say that I do not have friends.
And you've made a couple guest appearances on our podcast. So.
Yes, please, if you haven't found it, please go listen to it, and please go check out Sara's YouTube and check out Josh's Instagram. I'll put the information for all that somewhere.
Yeah, that's what the doobly doo's for.
The doobly doo.
Thanks again for joining me, Sara and Josh, and I'm serious. Go check out Muppet Sex and Trauma and Sara's channel, The Fat Culture Critic. Thank you as always for watching. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see more Star Trek reviews, you can subscribe to my channel. You can also subscribe to my Patreon and follow me on social media. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you later.